Okay, I'm back Thursday around 1 p.m. here in Ho Chi Minh City. Busy morning. We had to take the baby to get her meningococcal vaccine, the second one. So she was a little cranky when she had a bath earlier. So I'm a little late today. But today I'm going to play an AI generated world, which I haven't played before. I did have a quick game earlier just to see what it was like, and it seemed okay. So this is computer generated with a touch of hand-picked locations, 135 locations, and it's got the distribution list here, which is really nice. So a total of 134,464 locations, and then all the distributions. So yesterday on stream I had Curacao as the last round, which is really difficult, and without the assistance of chat I wouldn't have even gotten close with that, but got there in the end. Didn't quite nail the 5k, but I think I'll jump in and start playing, see what's up. Okay, so really got to focus on the clues. I had like a Poland round the other day and I didn't even notice they were like holy poles. It's kind of regional area. This is Brazil, I think, based on this pole, in the red soil. So this looks like a Brazilian pole. I haven't really looked at region guessing for Brazil. This is kind of open, a little hilly. I thought there was a castle off in the distance, but it's actually just a clutch of trees. Fairly remote, or regional. Rural, that's probably what I'm looking for. Don't know that these don't appear to be, not sure if that's a piranha pine or not. It looks kind of piranha pine-ish. I don't have any better ideas, so I might just drop it in there. What have I got? 10 minutes. I've set the round time of 4, which is very generous. So I'm looking for, it's actually been, here we go, state of piranha. I'll just pick a road in here. Kind of, 400 kilometers away, sub 4,000 points to start off with, so that's not amazing. Another thing I've got to get better at is US. So I've learnt a couple of metas, really basic ones. Still struggle with US-Canada 50-50s unless there's a speed limit sign or maximum. Well, I did get done over in California. I think it had a maximum sign, which really made for a bad guess. But I think I remember that in California the wooden poles have like 3 yellow stripes towards the bottom. Driving right here, so this all checks out for the US or Canada on a dead north-south road. I've got front plates, and here's some information, so this might be useful. Let's check here. What's it say? Yankee Ridge Road, TWP Road 142. Not sure how easy that would be to locate. TWP Road 42. Some really distinct signage here, and the signposts are kind of interesting as well. So here's my ignorance about the US Civil War. I know it was North against the South, but I don't recall which ones are Yankees. Unless the Yankees from the War of Independence. Could potentially be useful to know, seeing as they've got the Yankee Road South. Got this monstrosity. It doesn't really give me any hints. So all I've got is front plate, very flat farmland. So I'm guessing north or Midwest here, like Iowa. They got a nice north-south road in Iowa. Got a whole bunch of them. Nebraska, Kansas. Maybe I'll go Kansas. Coming into Beloit. I'm sure I could travel along here. I've got 7 minutes left. Maybe I should do that. I should probably try a bit harder to get locations, to get good guesses, but I'm going to fast travel if I can. Here we go. Just want a state indicator. Just an intersection, a big intersection would be good, with some signage. I think there's a sign coming up here, but it could be a house. It's kind of like a barn. I've got this property marker, and that doesn't ring any bells. Keep travelling and see what happens. It's not my favourite thing to do, is travelling. It's a bit boring, but it is useful. Can be useful. In this circumstance, I don't think it's going to be useful unless I travel forever. So I might just go with my Kansas guess. Oh, it was Canada. Gosh. How about the road? It's weird they had that Yankee road. What's going on with this grid pattern? I wasn't really aware of that. That all the roads here are in a huge grid pattern. All the minor roads in Saskatchewan. What about Calgary? Kind of. So maybe I don't think so. I was going to say north-south roads, east-west roads could be a Canada thing, but no, I guess not. Because I guess the US does as well. Some kind of border crossing here. East Coast Migrant Head Start Project, Shannon Centre. What side of the road are we driving on? The right. Now this could be US. This could be a state border or something. No, it's just a business entrance. Main office, complex shipping, receiving, Duda. Got a 561 phone number. Duda Farm Fresh Food. It's got an E on the end. It's a bit twee. So we've got this fellow. Again, we've got front plates by the look with a tiny little blue patch on it. Not sure, I think Head Start's the US. Unfortunately got dragged into knowing a lot more about US politics than I'd care to and US government funding and things like that. Now my YouTube algorithm's completely mixed up in terms of my priorities. It's just recommending US political stuff. But it is kind of fascinating, US politics. A little wild. So we've got sugarcane here, which I don't know where sugarcane would be grown. I guess it's kind of like where I went before, when it was actually Canada. got irrigation canals. I haven't really seen those before. There's palm trees over here, towards the north. Like it could be Florida or something. I guess Florida is flat. I don't know about the farming in Florida though. This didn't give me the impression, but surely it's probably coastal if it's got palm trees. So it had the speed limit sign, so it's definitely US. I'm fairly confident on that. It is really flat and quite palmy. Got the rotary service, I think, or maybe not. It actually says Florida there. Sugarcane Growers Cooperative of Florida. Ange, how you doing? What's the time there? Probably around midnight, I guess, 1 a.m. So I correctly guessed we're in Florida here with the palm trees, and I don't know what part of Florida. There's Melbourne. I wasn't aware there was Melbourne in Florida. I'm kind of going to go, how far does Florida go? Difficult to say which way the water is here. I think it must be, well, it must be pretty coastal if it's Florida. So what's that direction? It's kind of east. So I think the palms would be by the water here. We'll go nearby Gainesville, heading north-south. Like, there are actually some irrigation canals, so that looks kind of good for it. I didn't see gauge saver, but ooh, wow, it was all the way south here. There's a whole grid pattern of irrigation canals down here. I guess that hadn't occurred to me that a lot of Florida is actually farmland and sugarcane, which is kind of curious. 4,000 points there. Hasn't been a great first game. This is a mini, I think. This is four-wheel drive parts. None of these cars are four-wheel drive. Oh, here we go. This is Belgium. .be, I'm pretty sure it's Belgium. Don't often get a Belgium round. It's kind of an interesting place because I think they speak French, but a lot of it seems like Dutch. In the past, I've kind of confused it for the Netherlands, except that the plates weren't yellow, the number plates weren't yellow, or license plates, I guess. Just trying to think if... See, this looks kind of Dutch here. Grootbaan. Ah, that's the Belgian flag, okay. I was just going to say I couldn't recall if I actually knew what the Belgian flag looked like. Hopefully that's the Belgian flag. Kind of looks... How does the German flag look? Up the other way, I think. So in terms of a bus shelter here, are they missing some seating? I don't think they are. I think that's all the seating they provided, which is pretty lame. They've got a bin, which I like. I think they've got timetables, or notice boards at least. It's okay. I'd give it 6.5 points. In terms of regionally for Belgium, I'm not too sure. It's a small country, so it shouldn't be too bad. I get the feeling like Antwerp would be quite industrial, but I don't know that for sure. I'll try Antwerp. It was not. It was nearby Popperinge. It was Ypres. Wasn't there a battle in World War... Hang on, just let me check my facts. West of Flanders. Battle. I thought the First World War, but... Yeah, in the First World War. Near the Belgian city of Ypres, between the German and Allied armies. So I'd never really thought about some of these battlegrounds, but it's kind of like an uninspiring industrial town now, I guess, or city. It's driving right here. Could be US again. What's the representation of the US here? Asia, Europe, South America, Africa, North America, United States has 7,000 rounds. Brazil has 6,700, or locations. Australia has 4,400. I don't really want to come across those unless they're in a city. It's got pines here. Kind of got this yellow guy wire, which I have seen before, but got speed limit, thankfully. That kind of clears up any Canada-US 50-50. Neighbourhood Crime Watch. A lot of places they'd say Neighbourhood Watch. We immediately report all suspicious activities to our police department. Bet you the police department love them. A really big water tower here. Well, I guess all water towers are big, but it's pretty prominent. I think it's actually got the town name on it, which would be helpful if I knew what state we're in. This could be useful. It's like a highway marker or something. Or not. Where was it here? I missed it. Washington County. On the 6th. This highway closed to over 9 tonnes axle weight. It's interesting they use tonnes. I guess it's more useful in thousands of pounds. Although I don't think tonnes and tonnes is the same. So Washington State is up here. Just need the 6. Got the 90, the 5 here. Got to be close, surely. Tovarish, with 1 tonne in the USA, is about 2k pounds, 2,000 pounds, which is about, a pound is 440 grams. So it's like 2.2 pounds to the kilo. So that's about 1.6 tonnes, 1.7 tonnes. I can't really do the maths in my head. Looking for the 6 here. Pretty sure we're saying Washington State. I've got the 5, which is good. I don't know why. This is my main complaint, is always being able to find almost the correct number. Have I travelled out of... No, I'm still in Washington. Rocky Point, which I think is a Rocky Point in North Queensland. 907 kilos. Just to be different. It's kind of the same. It's Post Falls. Starting to get a bad feeling about this. Washington County, maybe that's not Washington State. What else was there? So we did have the 6 anyway. Hail and Stillwater. Neighbourhood watch again. I think this is like a public transport route. Kind of stumped. Need help writing Metro Transit? Something, something, something. This is Metro Transit. Closed on Sundays. I'm not sure what that indicates. So if it's metro, it must be in a metropolitan area, surely. Don't exactly know what that means. Headley Avenue North, nope, that's no use. Should have gotten onto the highway earlier, or the freeway. Speed limit, minimum of 40, I haven't seen that before. Looks like they're transporting a house or something up here. Man, I travelled too slow to get on the highway, where surely there's more information, more useful information. 694 south. Wish I could see what it says on that. Above that, here we go. Oh, interstate. Okay. The 14. Exit 55 on the 14. It's a county road. Mounds Park Academy. Peak 12. I don't think it's Washington State. So what will I do? I'm an American and I have no idea. I'm gonna go, not Nevada, that's a bad idea. I wonder if it's all the way over here. Washington County? I don't think so. North Carolina. I'll go with you. I've got no clues. Could be nearby Ashborough. This is 74. I was looking for the 6. Or the 14 or something. Kind of bored with this one, so I'll just drop it in there. Okay. It was Minneapolis, nearby Minneapolis. It was actually probably in the greater Minneapolis area. Lake Elmo. Don't even see the 6 here. That's why I hate scanning for roads. I think that was the road, 694. Minnesota plates. Maybe later with the unranked team duels. Just starting to get into it here. With some shocking guesses. 17,000. What a shocker. Okay. I should have had a look at the Minnesota plates. Actually, I might just quickly... Oh, that's interesting. They've got a bunch of blue, quite pale. Got a whole range. Bus, collector's plate, DUI conviction. That's wild. So they have a lot of laws in Minnesota. Like the minimum highway speed limit of 40. Not speed limit, I guess it is a limit. It's a lower limit. Yeah, they changed your plate for DUI. Seems like Minnesota's a bit of a nanny state. I kind of like it, I guess, but what? I guess it's for the police. I guess if you get one of those, you're always getting pulled up for a DUI check. It's like a cruise ship here. Nice location. Some sunbathers. It's a controversial opinion there. Most alcoholic states. What's the impression I get with the US drinkers? I guess that's kind of a thing. It gets cold there, so facts are facts, okay. I was wondering in Australia what would be the most alcoholic state? Probably Northern Territory, because their laws are pretty lax. There's not a huge population, so. Darija apartments. Very touristy area here. Don't know about these mountains. I'm not going to look for rifts in the sky, but I kind of get like should be looking closer at these plates. I saw there's a blue strip for Europe. I don't really see anything else significant about them. They're quite long. They're not double blues, so out of all US counties in the United States, the top 100 for alcohol consumption are all in Minnesota and Wisconsin. That's alcohol consumption. I guess that's per capita. So here's some language. Don't know what to make of it. Or this taxi. I was thinking like North Macedonia here, but I don't know why. Kind of got English, which is a bit curious. I'm sure it's not an island. This couldn't be an island, surely. Not a small one. Or could it? Washing day, they've done their blankets and towels by the looks. What if Minnesota and Wisconsin had Croatia's a good guess. Oh, here's a bollard. Don't know about Croatian bollard. That could be it. Gradsky Studio. Does Slovenia have a coastline? Slovenia? No, I don't think so. It could be. I think it's a lake though. I think it's a bigger lake than that. I wonder if this is like an Albanian bollard or something. I can never remember the bollards. It's so frustrating. Is that a flag? It's a Coca-Cola umbrella. The international flag. It's got a very thin red there. I think Albania, they'd have red on the plates. I take your Croatia guess. I'll pit it against North Macedonia. Doesn't have. That's a bad guess, probably. Slovenia. Okay. I liked Croatia, but I'm gonna go North Macedonia here. So kind of on the coast. Ugh, right on the border. I think this road's too big by the lake here. But they've got a cruise ship in there. It can't be a landlocked country, surely. You're not going to get a cruise ship in there. And I don't think it's Albania because of the what about Montenegro? Okay, Montenegro, that's my last choice. Now I'm kind of lost. Who cruises to Albania? I'm pretty sure that's what I said, but there's a cruise location somewhere here. I'm sure I saw it. It wasn't inland like this, but it could be the Bay of Kotor. That's it. It had Kotor. I'm sure one of the hotels had Kotor on it. This must be the Bay of Kotor. So the water is east. That's kind of inconvenient. Maybe down here. Are we near the end? We are. Probably. It's probably down here. I don't know. Something like that. Oh, the wrong part of the bay. Oh, there's Kotor there. And Kotor Beach. Slovenia. 10 points to me. Well, a point to me there. Parque Natural de los Islots. I can't really read what it says under there. Something, 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 something. This is definitely like a... There's an unblurred plate. This is an island. They're speaking Spanish. Cheers, but it kind of looks Greek. Pretty sure it's Spanish. Oops. I don't think it's the Galapagos Islands. It's probably a Spanish island rather than South American or anything. So there's a bar and restaurant. Let me just check Spain here. There's not too many options here. I'm pretty sure it's an island though. Unless it's just the coast. Some pretty big mountains nearby. Cereza, beer. I wonder why they'd have it like that. Estrella is Spanish beer. It doesn't actually say cerveza, which is interesting. Which would be Spanish. Yeah. Bienvenidos. Look, it's got Willkommen. It must be near Germany, or gets a lot of German tourists, because it had beer as well. Playa Caleta de Cibo. It's a cool bin. Well, relatively cool. Ocean South. I think this is mainland, surely. Is there mountains over there? It's a weird place, that's for sure. They've got Pisa. Sea Taxi La Graciosa. I think that's free. And a little pinball machine. Super flap. Okay, that's not... None of this is helping. So where's... Problem is, Germany's not very close to Spain. I think I'm just going to have to plonk it here. It could be Gibraltar, how about that? Yeah, Playa is beach. Can't really see the Rock of Gibraltar, but it is kind of hilly. I'm going to go here. Oof. La Graciosa, there it is. Is that the Azores? I'm not sure where the Azores is, but this is the Canary Islands. So it counts towards the streak, but not a great guess. Could be worse, 1,000 kilometres away. I did have the island vibes. I went against that. It's another island vibes. It's like a trough for horses or something. It's interesting, in Melbourne City they've still got some of the old horse water troughs. Oh, this is Brazil? Possibly. I've not seen this before. It's like separators for the wires. Yellow centre line, I think. Yes, Brazil. Oh no. So it's Cidade Limpa, Prefeitura de Ilhabela. I don't think that's a state though. The little perro, a little dog. Actually, I don't know Portuguese well enough to know if it's the same for dog in Spanish. And I can't roll my R's. Sometimes I can. What is this? It's like letterboxes, I guess. Kind of weird. I don't know what to do here. I think it's Brazil. It should be fine for Brazil somewhere. Here's a bus stop. A bus shelter. Very cool. I like the green. It's like institutional green. And real tiles on the roof, I think. They've maximised the seating. They've got a bin. A lot of bin space. No timetable. And no bus stop indicator, but I think for style I'd give this, it's kind of a mismatch between the roof and the body though, the walls. I give that 7.5. At least they have a bus. You don't know that. They've got a bus stop. Oh, here's water. There's oceanfront property for sale. I think it's ocean. It's a bunch of mountainous islands out here. So this is to the north. That's kind of helpful. It looks pretty jungly. Maybe at the mouth of the Amazon. I don't really like any of this. It's something like this. Puerto Rico? No way. I thought that was a Brazilian pole though. Got a black backs of the signs. Oh, here's a bus sign. I thought, Puerto Rico. Wouldn't there be some American presence? This crossing sign, which is really weird. This says de rather than do. I think it is Spanish, not Portuguese. Should have checked these license plates. A sea with a tail. Very nice. I'm sure there's a Brazilian pole here. Oh, that crossing's kind of interesting. Oh, here's a lot of language. Here we go. Yeah. I just don't know what to make of it. It's like a river mouth or something like here. But it could be anywhere. It's Brazil, but it was actually on an island. Okay, that explains why there's actually no road bridge either. Man, there's Ilhabela, which was the prefecture or something. But you can only get there by ferry. Must have been a hassle to get those cars there. And the bus. 2,362 kilometres. That's insane. I would like to see, have they got any supermarkets or anything? Almirante restaurant and a bar. It must be just a touristy area. It looks like there's people living there. There's a pizzeria. They have delivery. Looks like they've only got the one road all the way around the middle. Oh, they got a little bit to the national park here. So what's that actually nearby? It's nearby Sao Paulo. I went to Sao Paulo. That's an insane place. It's like the whole population of Australia is stuck in one city. What's this bollard? It's got a yellow outside or inside and a white outside by the looks. It's exhausting. Got these huge electricity towers. I wonder if they could be Spanish. Del Rio. Autotransportes del Rio. That could be Spanish as well. This isn't like a typical Spanish bollard, but the yellow is very Spanish. A divided road heading north-south. It's kind of dry. Oh, I was going to say it's kind of dry, and then suddenly got mountains over there, sort of northeast. Un camino limpio es más seguro. A clean car is more safe. My Spanish gets worse by the day. I studied it for 2 weeks in Santiago, in Chile. And just enough to book a ticket on a bus and get a beer. So it was never great, but it's much worse than it was. I don't know, I think it's Spain, heading north-south somewhere, actually a divided major road. What looks good? It's pretty straight north-south. I think that's a railway, so that's maybe here. Heading north into Olmedo. It was Mexico, frick. God. It didn't even enter my head. That bollard. I just convinced myself that was... And I was speaking Spanish. 27 points, quite good. This round's going to be shocking. This game, sorry, this score. Okay, what about Chile for this one? Yellow centre line. Got some water here. This is kind of unusual. This is AI generated world. With 20% hand picked, I feel like the 20% hand picked is just bait rounds. I'm sure better players would have obviously... To better players that probably was obviously Mexico, but it's kind of like a black plate. Yellow reflectors on the barrier here. So Spain? I think normally the yellow reflectors in Spain are kind of like pyramidal. Maximum precaution con helio. Maximum caution with ice. I guess it gets icy. Maximum is kind of an odd way of expressing it though. I feel like my mouse is getting clicky. Just readjust the blanket. I think I'm just going to go Chile here. Somewhere in the Atacama Desert on the 5. Want some mountains. I find it really hard to see mountains on this map. What are we heading? Kind of north-south. On the 21. Argentina. I don't think that plate was Argentinian. With the black though, I probably should have gone Argentina. 1,500, 10,000 points. Okay, this one's going to be a 20k. Mark my words, starting in a city is much more preferable. Borneo Trails. Feng Cheng Seafood Restaurant, SDK. Laundry bar. The architecture here is kind of weird. I've never seen that before. Black with 2 dots. Is that right? I think you're right. So Borneo is probably fine, right? There's an Indonesian flag and another flag which I'm not familiar with. This 2 is Malaysia, 3 is Indo, right? 1 is Argentina. Got an Indonesian, Berhenti. Oh, Malaysian flag, whoops. I think Berhenti is, yes, that's a Malaysian flag, sorry. Prima 2. I don't know if Berhenti is on the mainland or not. I think it is. I've seen one on the mainland, but I guess this is kind of LGR Prima. I love you something. Don't know what they're actually, what kind of shop that is. Let's have a look. Probably in Kuching. I have a bad luck with it being all the way north. That always happens. That always happens. I'll go all the way south and it's all the way north. For a long time I didn't know it actually extended past Brunei. So that was Sandakan. Mr. DIY Bandar Prima. It's interesting. I guess the Borneo Trails goes through the islands or something like that. 1,000 kilometres away. So this is not going to be a 20k. This is Australia, I guess. Looks good for Australia. Which you'd assume I'd be okay at Australia, but that's not the case. I'd say this is Queensland. I think green poles is good for Queensland. There's no possum guards. It's a really new build house. Houses. I wonder if this is like a suburb out of Brisbane somewhere. Because you do get these suburbs that have a lot larger houses. I think he's flogged a mobile sign there, mobile service station. This probably means something, but I don't recall. It's kind of embarrassing that I said that was an Indonesian flag rather than Malaysian. So there's a, I don't know if this could be the Sunshine Coast. It may not be. I don't think it's Tasmania. I hope not anyway. Got some large gum trees. I'm going to pitch for somewhere. Kind of south of Greenbank or something. Cedar Vale. It was nearby Sydney. It seemed like an outer suburb of some large city. Like Brisbane's not huge, but Penrith Beach. It seems like a grim beach. It says nearby Penrith. I had the right idea, just the wrong city. So 685 kilometres away. Alas, we're not going to get any Vietnam. But actually I wouldn't do too well in Vietnam anyway. Ho Chi Minh City's easy because just for every shop front lists the district number. So you can get it within the district at least. I'm not actually sure how many districts there are in Ho Chi Minh City, but at least 11. I think I've been to 11. I think the flower market's in District 11. I guess this is Brazil. Very red soil. Ton of palms. Got some mountains there. Low mountains or large hills off to the east. It's not clear to me exactly what they're growing here. I don't know, I'm going to have to plonk it. This is not going to be a great game anyway. It's kind of lush. Ooh, it was very lush. Nearby Bolivia. I guess those hills were kind of Bolivian, although they're actually in Brazil. That's Parque Nacional No Kempf Mercado. Tres personas. 3 persons. I think that's right. This AI generated world's not working out for me at the moment. What am I up to? Round 4 and 7,008. I'll try and improve on 10,000. So yellow centre lines. It's got a big shoulder on the road here. It's a very short sign, quite big. It's a very cool house, and it's washing day there. It's like a tiny house. Pegada. Marca de Con... can't quite read that. Doesn't matter, here's a bus stop. The bus has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's actually got the driver's window as well. This is Onibus, which is kind of interesting. A lot of seating. Well, there's going to be some knee touches in the corner, I think. They've got a bus sign, and at least you can see the bus coming through the holes here. I like the... it's very cute. Not sure what that's in aid of. I'll give that one 7 points. It doesn't look super comfortable. BR 101, so that could be Brasilia. Kilometre 549. This could be Brazil again. Have they got a BR road? Maybe not. MG. Geo. Thought there might be BRs going towards Brasilia. It's a very wide shoulder. I'm not entirely sure if this is Brazil or not. Very jungly. Maybe I should go further north. What's north? No roads. MTs. TO, Tocantins, I guess. So if it was BR, would be the state. Which I don't think anything matches. Amazonas, Rio Rima, Amapa, Maranhão, Para, Bahia, BA, it's Bahia. BH, ESMG, is it a PR or a BR? I'm sure it was a BR. I'm stumped. I think I'll go north somewhere. It may not be Brazil, to be fair. Don't know, I'll go in Para. What the heck? It's actually kind of a... Oh, there's the 101. BA 251. What's that, BA? Ooh, maybe that... I misread that as BR. That would have been much easier. Bahia. 1,500 points, so not yet at 10. Got a square concrete pole. Double yellows, driving right. No front plate. 53rd road. I'm pretty sure this is probably the US again. I think it's a cabbage palm. I don't know what to make of that. There's quite a lot of palm trees. Maybe a greenhouse here. Maybe just a house. So, I don't know, Florida again, maybe? 52nd Road North. Do I remember anything about Florida? Not really. The only thing I remember about Florida is it had a lot of palms. In terms of front plates, I'm not sure about Florida. Definitely the US though. Coconut Boulevard, that seems Floridian. Ooh, lost pet. Let's have a look here. It's a dog by the looks. kind of been worn away. I hope they got him back. Hope they got the dog back. Persimmon and coconut. There's a theme here. I'm just going to go somewhere in Florida. Kissimmee. That's cool. It was West Palm Beach, kind of, nearby the acreage. Nearby Bob Hofel Park and Papa G's Country Kitchen. So they had persimmon, coconut, and then just all road numbers. And Sunset Boulevard. Not that one, I don't think. That's weird, they named one street Coconut, one Persimmon, and then went with the numbering system. Strange. 13,854. Improving. I feel like I can get to 20k before the end here. This is a divided road heading north-south. Deserty. I would like to see a number plate here. The sun's in the south. Ooh, I can't go any further that way. Kind of thought, don't know, I thought maybe Israel here, but I don't know what gave me that impression. I'm not sure about the entering a town. There'd be yellow plates which I do not see. Also yellow plates in Oman. So it's probably not either of those. UASC, I don't know what that means. What about Jordan? I'd like to see this sign here. It's Arabic. Kind of a bit difficult to see with the sun there. Black and white post, I'm not sure if that means anything. I'm just trying to think. If it were Jordan, it's probably got a town nearby with Al something something. It's pretty sparsely populated. There's a massive road though. Don't know what to make of that. Fast travel a little bit, see if I can get a place name would be good. I'm not sure about this. These mountains and things are really confusing. Man, I said this was the game, but I don't think this is the game. I'm just going to drop this in Jordan. Here. Is this a divided road? Kind of. It's the desert highway. I like the sound of that. Kind of. Wow. Pretty happy. So it was on the desert highway. I even got the right road. Amazing. 4,700 points to start off. This is the one. Birches. I don't know, like Canada or Russia or something. Could be Scandinavia. Driving right. A solid outside line. Maybe no front plate. I'm not too sure. Got this marker. It's quite high, like it probably gets snow here. Okay, I'm going to fast travel for a bit, see if I can locate something. My current assumption is Canada. I think that was just a no overtaking sign. Hopefully. It's a problem with fast travel. It's difficult to see when something relevant's coming up. On my monitor anyway. The refresh rate's so slow. This It's kind of like a Russian vehicle, I think. I want to get close to one of these cars just to have a look. The camera's foreshortened them a little bit. It's a Volkswagen. Driving on the correct side of the vehicle, so it's not all the way east in Russia, probably. See, I'm not I think these are all white lines. I'm not sure about Russia, but that would be not a Canada thing. I don't know about this bollard. It's got the reflector actually clipping into the black pole top. Thinking some language piece. There's a yellow backplate here on a bus, or it's probably a commercial vehicle, like a taxi or something. Just give me some language. So yellow plates on taxis. I'm back to thinking this is like Scandinavia or something like that. There's no dashes on the side of the road. Just need some freaking language. I think these are all temporary signs as well. I don't know that they're typical. So the only thing is that bollard, and I'm not familiar with it. It's not Finland, Sweden, or Norway, I don't think. I know they're bollards. Since birches, Russia's got a range of bollards. I'm not sure if that's one of them, or whether it's like Lithuania or... Latvia. Got parking here. There's a guy, he didn't even walk into the bush. He's just like taking a whiz right out in the open. She wants nothing to do with it. I feel like I'm going to make a really bad guess here. What was that? Was that a deer? That's a fancy deer. I've not seen the like of that before. It's like a white outline there. So I'm gonna go like Lithuania or something. East-west. Ish. East-west-ish here. I've got no clue. It was Russia. I just hadn't seen that bollard before. Not a typical Russian bollard. 2,200 points. Country streak of 0. Russia, thanks Ange. You came in a little late on that one. How about Iceland? Lith has those yellow orange. Have I got a bollard? Oh, here we go. A list of European bollards. Liechtenstein. I've never seen those before. So that was like a orange glitching into like this. Oh, Russia. There we go. Exactly. It's kind of like Serbia, except it's glitching into the top here. Square is Greece. Hungary. I just have a real problem remembering all of these. Albania has the reflector in the black cap. Austria I know because of the nipple. And then some of these German style bollards I have difficulty differentiating. Montenegro. Okay. I don't think I'm going to remember that. So I think this is Iceland. I hope it's not like Denmark or something. It's got a bunch of mountains to the east. And the road's kind of east-westish, I don't know. The road's probably north-southish, turning, curving, like that. Pretty close. 21 kilometres away. Probably could have done better there, but life is short. Let's not waste our time trying to 5k Iceland just now. So riding right. I did check to see, and Namibia's represented in here. It's a new country, so I wasn't sure if they'd listed it, but they've got it. There's a big factory up here, some silos or something. Kind of got an Africa vibe here. Man, that coffee is getting real cold. I'm driving right. So the red soil could be Senegal. Oh, what about the poles? Not the French poles. I can't quite see what that says. That didn't help any. I really can't see what that says. Don't know what it's referring to. So this pole top I'm not familiar with. Driving right though. Look at this huge termite mound, which I've only ever seen in Namibia. But this pole, I don't think, the only poles I'd seen in Namibia were like simple straight up and down ones, and simple straight up and down ones with a thin cross piece. Avnash Industries Limited rice plant. It's having a little rest on his motorbike here. What are they selling? Looks like limes, potentially. They're driving right. I guess it's like Ghana or Senegal, not too sure. Rwanda? I think they drive right in Rwanda. Kind of stumped. Nyankpala. It's a very distinctive sign. I'm not too familiar with Rwanda, so I might drop it there. Just double check the comments, make sure no one's got a better guess. The road's east-westish. I think there's a rice factory as well, which Ghana. I did think Ghana. That sign may have said Ghana at the top. Feels Indian. Could it be Indian though? No, they're not driving left. That's why I ruled out India, because they're driving right. I think it's Rwanda or Ghana. I'll go Rwanda. You go Ghana. Shoot. 10 points to you. It was near Tamale. Damn. I wanted it to be Rwanda. Just because it's kind of an odd one. I think Rwanda's very Kenya-ish. I can't recall. Driving right here. All white lines. Very hazy coverage. Got a rusty drum there. Ooh, and a bus stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is kind of like the bus stop before. No, it's a different bus sign. Just going to fast travel a bit. I don't see anything. Some screen's blacked out. I think we're in the bus zone. I think. Oh, here's something. Oh, interesting. So this is what I was saying. I think this is like round Norway or Finland. Surely not Sweden. Red houses here. Wouldn't mind seeing some language, it would be helpful, because I've completely blacked out that bollard knowledge. The round bollard, here we go. The coverage is shocking. I can barely see anything. Gosh. Can't even make out that sign. Yikes. Always get more rainy tropical rounds in Rwanda. That makes sense. I think that's a Finnish bollard. I've got to sort this out after this round. I'm not sure how far north this would be. I'll go up here. It was. Okay, just have a look at these bollards quickly. So Norway is round as well. Where's Finland? So what's the difference between Finland and Norway? Aha. Does Finland not have the double dots on the back? And then Sweden and Switzerland are very similar as well. It's got round ones with a square hash there. Okay, I don't think that's cleared it up too much, but 17,000, edging closer to 20. Probably got about half an hour left. I was hoping this would have more information, but it's got information touristique. Lac Saint-Jean. Sounds French. Yellow centre line is probably Canada, right? Surely. 2 kilometres to a village. Relace. Got toilets, hotels, petrol station, parking, I guess, and restaurants. Should probably head that way. I forget Quebec, yeah. Possibly. I think it seems pretty remote. How quick is it to travel 2 kilometres? Fast travel. It's like a north-south road. Is there water or something? Just some low hills. Some things here. Ooh, they've got a gazebo. You do not often see that. Coca-Cola is absolutely everywhere. Got an ATV, and I think it's a lake there. Interesting. It's like the bait shop for the fishermen on the lake, I guess. It's got, looks like a crib. Maybe it's some fishing basket kind of thing. So it's kind of a remote area. The roads, kind of that way, and I think it's a small lake. I don't think that's going to be much help at all. It's something like Alma. I think we're actually closer to the lake than that. There's a million lakes to choose from. I should probably pick a central one. My observation is that in Canada, it's always further north than you think. Not in this case, a little further. That was actually a pretty good guess, 51 kilometres. It was Lac Bouchette. La Grande Morte. Very nice. The lake, yeah, that was kind of a much bigger lake than it was in reality. Very nice, very happy. So am I on track? Currently on track for 20k. Ooh, hello. I think it's got, is there advertising on this? No, it's got the prefecture to something or other. I can't quite read it. It's a bit of a slog to get to the bus stop. Bus shelter. They haven't trimmed the grass in a while. There's no bin. The seat is very low to the ground, I think. Could be a school bus stop. Corrugated iron roof. Any adverse weather, you're going to get absolutely drenched. It looks like it's quite lush, so it probably rains fairly often. Ooh, I like the look of it, but I can't give it more than 4 stars. 4 points out of 10. There's a termite mound here. It's kind of the style you get in Australia. This is not Australia. Yellow centre lines. There's a lot of nothing in that direction. A lot of termites in this direction. This yellow centre line is kind of interesting, and the road is interesting too because it's very pale. So that's probably a giveaway. And this black in between the yellow lines in the centre. I kind of wondered about Argentina or Uruguay. Haven't seen any cows yet for Uruguay. It's kind of a bit hilly as well. I'm not sure if Uruguay is this hilly. It's not super hilly, but knowing my luck, this is just Brazil. I'll have to fast travel, see if there's something up here. Otherwise, Otherwise, I guess I have to go Brazil. I kind of want to go Argentina, but here we go. Ooh, it is Brazil. Atenção. Deposits something. Lixo, a key. I don't know what Lixo is. This is a very unpopulated part of Brazil. Does it say festa? I think that's like a party. Or I think festa is like a festival or party, maybe. I wonder if they're crossing state boundaries here with, if you've got a deposits like, oh gosh. Change seasons. I wanted to see the sign here. Lixo. Very curious. So it's sometimes dry and sometimes wet. I've got a town up here. These chevrons kind of look homemade. Still got 5 minutes left. I might just quickly travel up here, see if there's anything of interest. Ooh, hello. Totally worth it. Belo Horizonte. Belo Horizonte. I should be able to locate that. I don't quite recall where it is. Heading south towards Belo Horizonte. Here. Benvindo. I haven't quite calculated how many kilometres these other places are. 571. Difficult to say. So what were the others? Monte Carmelo. Diamantina. No. Sure, we're going south, right? Whoops. We're heading south. It doesn't always mean that Belo Horizonte is south. Davanopolis and Minas Gerais. Interesting, because Minas Gerais is the region. Davanopolis. I wish I could see Davanopolis. That would be super handy. I think I'm going to have to plonk this somewhere. Belo Horizonte. Probably on a... Is it a major road, would you say? Not really. There's some mountains south. Don't really see any mountains or elevation. So I'm just going to have to guess around 500 kilometres in the scale of things, maybe a little further north. Just having a last scan for, what was it, Davidopolis or something? Diamantina. Somewhere here on the 496, I guess. There was Davanopolis there. So we're travelling south. No, we weren't. Sometimes I think the compass is lying to me. That was 300 kilometres away. That's one of my better Brazil guesses anyway. Still on track for 20k. Got some really big palms here. Really tall. This is a pawpaw. Salamat. So, Indonesia? Yeah. So let's not screw up Indonesia here. There's a rooster or chicken crossing the road. So it's quite ornate. It's a small place, but it's got quite a lot of I guess religious iconography. I don't know what iconography means, but it seems like these are temples. A lot of Indonesian flags. I feel like I've had a round like this before. I don't know how to tell mainland from sorry, not mainland, but Kalimantan from Sumatra and whatnot. Maybe I should hedge it south here. Could be Sulawesi. do I want to commit there? Sulawesi seems a bit unusual, so I might actually go for it there. Oh, nice. There is something unusual at Sulawesi. 176 kilometres away, 4,500 points. Very pleasing. Very happy. So I thought that was a slide, but it's just some corrugated iron. Man, now they're testing me. I've had such relatively good guesses. Here's a guard dog. A little unhappy to be woken by the looks. I think we're in the... looks like we could be in the southern hemisphere. Difficult to tell there. I think that's the drive shaft, so it may not... this car may not travel again. Justo Hayes. So, I wonder about the Philippines here. It's an unsealed road. Let's check that. I saw the other day, I can't actually recall where it was, but it's like a car yard like this, like a car junkyard. There's jeans with piled up cars like this, except that it was toy cars, like children's plastic cars. This is a very strange thing to see. This is an octagonal pole, which I feel like I should know about octagonal poles. This is like Mexico. This pole I do not know. Ooh, interesting. Oh, I forgot to look up Lixo. Is it Lixo? L-I-X-O? Portuguese. Trash. Okay, so just that round before in Brazil, there was a big concrete bin and it just said, dump your trash here. Don't start fires, I guess that says. There's a Corona extra sign. Getting more and more confident about Mexico here. It's a bit of an uninspiring place. Tupa DTM official. The shrine. Something about vehicles dumped here belong to someone. Shoot. In terms of where we are, I'm pretty sure Mexico's fine. This is the hotel entrance. This is the kind of hotel I always end up at. When I look at the map, I go, yeah, this seems like a charming place, and then I end up at a charming little boutique hotel in the mountains. It's like attached to a car dump. I don't even know, I can't even think what you call those car dumps. A wrecking yard. I think that's it. I don't know where we are. Here's mountainous. I should probably just go here somewhere. This is not a major road by the looks. How about there? Must have good reviews. Didn't even have a name of the hotel. Okay, 3,900. That's not a great guess, but not too bad. I mean, I've said it's some nice places too, but normally I'll randomly visit, I thought that was a Brazilian flag, randomly visit a town based on nothing. There's vibes. I'll look at the map and go, oh, that looks like a nice town. And then when I get there, it's uncharming. And then I'll look at like Lonely Planet or something, and I'll say, a boring transportation hub somewhere in the north of whatever country. And you're like, I wish I'd kind of read that before. Or sometimes I may have read it and I just gloss over it, romanticize the place. This looks like either a small cow or a lot of hay, or both. I'm sure that giveaway sign is probably telling, but I don't really know about giveaway signs. Which ones have borders and which ones don't. It's got a rolled edge, I think. And I'd say no white border. It's quite tall. This AI generated stuff is a bit tricky. So there was the small cow. This pole, it's a square concrete pole with double insulators. There's a bunch of insulators. I don't even know if we're in Europe or, I guess Europe. This is round 5. I need a little over 2.5 to get 20k. I'm not sure how to do that. And I can't read this. I think it could be Italian. Ooh, no, that's Cyrillic. This could be Bulgaria. Oh, Bulgaria would have dual language signs. Ukraine? I hope it's not Russia. It's a black bottom of the pole here. Strictly Cyrillic. It's actually got the distribution here of countries, so so in terms of the parameters that they use to generate it, I'm not exactly sure, but AI is a bit of a black box anyway. Very flat here. It's got Cyrillic. Gosh, why do they blur the signs? Very rich brown soil. There was one cow. What are the options? I think I have to go Ukraine. I'm sure in Bulgaria it would have dual signs. A lot of these Cyrillic speaking countries, there'd be dual signs. I'll hedge towards Russia. It's just over the border. Oh my gosh. 4,500. Let's see the results. 22,000 on AI generated. Actually, let's check what the average score is. That was nice. 22,000. It's pretty good seed. Average score 14,400. That stands to reason. The mother of all computer generated maps, slightly seasoned with a touch of hand-picked locations. Those are the bait ones. Approximately 80-20. 135 locations balanced between officially covered countries depending on their coverage, surface area, and landscape diversity. The heading is slightly adjusted in order to avoid Google Car Metas. And then I've got the distribution open here. It's kind of what you'd expect. Finally, a good one. Yeah. Back to sub 10 here. Sub 10k. Some really tall pines here. And some less tall ones. It's kind of odd that they don't have branches all the way down, I think. There's something odd about those pines anyway, that's what I'm saying. All white road lines. I want to see what this has to say. Man, I feel like I've seen this already today and I've already blanked it from my mind. What does that say? Poker something dupe. I guess this is... could be... I'm sure I'm on repeat here. I'm sure last time I said it's probably Scandinavia. Pines is kind of interesting. I didn't see any birches, but they're probably there somewhere. How would I describe these centre lines? Short and quite widely spread. Okay, coming up to something here. Let's get a little closer, a little closer. Cyrillic. Yeah, and this one is a Russian bollard, I'm pretty sure. I completely skipped over the town names because I don't know any towns in Russia. So it'd be good to be able to pronounce the Cyrillic. There are some, I think the backwards R is, or the backwards E might, darn it. I think the backwards 3, or I guess the 3, is specific to either Russia or Ukraine. I think this is Russia. I should probably learn that. It's kind of north-south. Bepi Triopka. I'm sure it's not a big town. At some point when I have the time, I'm going to do some work on region guessing Russia. Even small hints would be useful. It's funny, you don't often get road numbers, I don't think. Do they not number their roads? Yeah, they do. Oh, okay, that's what that initial... This was the road number, probably. 1217? Oh, I was expecting like a letter before it, like P. It could be 1217. Scanning for that would be a pain in the neck. Tough without the antenna in car. That's how I like it. I like it tough. I think ultimately it's got to help, because then at some point, if I want to get better, a lot better, I can just take this off and learn the car meta, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, is not too difficult. The other thing is like the camera generation. I never focus on that. And then the publication date of the, or publication year, is something else. I think all of that would come, is kind of unavoidable. What about slap dab there? Oof. Youch. Nearly 3,000 kilometres. Working on my streak though. 1. That's interesting. It's like Spain. Yep, pretty happy with Spain. I've not seen this before in Spain, I'm not too sure, maybe. So N234, kilometre 205. I think that's the road number, hopefully. It's got the cute cow. That's a cute bull. Is it a bull with udders? Or are those the gentleman's areas? This looks a very historic town. Or this church or whatever it is. at least. I've already... Is that N234? I think so. Let's see if we've got some N roads that would be helpful. It's kind of red. Yes. And I've gone straight in on N230, which means N234 is the other side of the country, no doubt. 260A, oh my god. Here we go, here's a 234. Oh my gosh. Now the other thing is, once you've located the road, it stretches like the entire length of the country. Where was that marker? KM205. Yeah, I don't know how PG my stream is supposed to be. Could be Valencia. No, I take that back. I take that back. Let's see how far the 234 goes. Okay, I guess there'd be a town name up here. Looks like some ancient ruins up here. I'm not sure how old Spain is, but probably a good few hundred years. Berbeguina. It's a charming looking place. Certainly a cute looking bull. Scanning for Berbeguina could be a bit annoying. There's Baguina. That's almost all of it, except for the BUR. Okay, just going to stick it there for the moment. Surely Berbeguina would be quite close. That's kind of interesting. They're going kind of north-south, which this is. I just sometimes think the map's not 100% sometimes in naming. I think that's the extent of 234. I think it starts here. Barbadillo or Dio del Mercado. What if I zoom in a bit more? I think this is a good scanning range. I don't think anything else is... Yeah, some things are coming up. That's kind of annoying. Okay. So Berbeguina's up there, up the hill. I wonder if we should just plonk it here. I'm on the 234. What kind of difference is it going to make anyway? It could be that this is Berguina and Barbaguina is up the hill. Probably fine. Oosh. I'm not 100% convinced that... shouldn't there be a church or something? I reckon I'm right. Surely I'm right. That was the castle. That's probably like a 5k. Anyway, 4989 is fine. And it wasn't Barbaguina, it was Berguina. I don't know why. I don't know why I got so upset. It was a fine guess, and probably a 5k guess. Oops, I should be checking this. Ah, interesting. Red, like Albania. Photography. I'm not sure about Albanian language. I just know there's red on the plate a lot of the times, or two blue strips like in Italy, which that one's a bit tricky to tell. Yeah, two blues. This is Albania. think the kids have finished school for the day. Or something. This is like like they call a paddy wagon in Australia, where they lock miscreants up in the back. Mountains south. I don't know, Albania's pretty small, it shouldn't matter too much. I'm sure there's cruise ships that came in here. Oh, that's not Albania. In here, somewhere. Vlore. Yeah. Anyone who says why are cruise ships going into Albania, there's definitely cruise ships there. So mountains south is somewhere around here. What does that say? Shat Iri. I think we're in Ball. Ooh, it's actually just the outskirts of Tirana. I forget. Still 115 kilometres. Albania is a good get. This could be a little trickier. Got this car which has escaped the blur. I think it's quite a common one. I don't think it's nails down a specific country. So they've got public toilets, I guess, water closet, and a rest area, which is this one is kind of, that tree's going to topple at some point onto the picnic table. And I guess this is a weighbridge, which I haven't really seen one recently. There's that. So this, I guess, is like Kazakhstani, or is that could be Genghis Khan. I wonder if this is Mongolia. I don't know that Mongolia, there's a nice pagoda. Gazebo? I'm not sure what you call it. That must be the public toilets here. What do I know about? Oh, that's the public toilets. I would know a Mongolian bollard if I saw one. What is that? That's the mountains are south-ish. I think it's probably Kazakhstan or Kyrgyzstan. Maybe I should just plonk it. What am I on? 10 after 4 or after 3 rounds. 369. I think I'm just going to go Kazakhstan. Mountains south. Could be down here. Ooh, it was further north. Initially I thought up here, but committed south, which not a great one. Not a great vibe guess. Is it a bus stop sign? It is. Got cabbage here. Ooh, 4 and 1. Looks like someone's taken to it with an air rifle or something. It's like 4 windows, but I don't know if this is like the Estonia-Lithuania bus stop, 4 windows or not. Surely this isn't Japan with cabbage. I've never seen, what is it, Hokkaido cabbage? I think I'm going to go Lithuania here. I don't think anything's going to come up. Or, no, Estonia. just based on that bus. Oof, it was Russia. Shocker. 93 points. Okay, this is my last game. I've got to go get the clothes in before the rain starts. Is this Philippines? Might have to get a quick one too. Rain is coming. Are they fishing? I don't know what a number plate looks like in the Philippines. It's got mangroves here. I think it's salt water. I don't know what's going on here with water both sides. It looks flood prone. I'm going to go Philippines just based on the concrete road, but that's probably not a good guess based on... it's probably concrete because it's a floodway or something. But I've got to power through these. I'm just looking for somewhere... I don't know. I shouldn't look too close. I'll just click here. Okay, it was the Philippines. It was further south. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was looking for. Ooh, it's Cambodia. Or... if I had some language, that would be helpful. Is this a divided road? It is. There's rice. I'm just going to drop this in Cambodia, I think. Hokkaido cabbage. Yeah, it would have been nice, actually. It was very close. Initially, I thought that was actually Japan when it came up. So a bit slow on the comments. I was just checking my texts. I'm going to go Cambodia here. I forget where the red soil is. Probably over here. Near the water, perhaps. Around here. Oh, it was Thailand. Not too bad. 731 kilometres. It's been raining here. Not sure about the red chevrons. I don't think that's a mountain in the distance either. All white road lines. Pines again. Like Russia. Where was that last time? It was like up here. Nice. Okay, better. Starting to learn. If I can retain some knowledge, I feel like I could get fairly good. Okay, we're by a lake, somewhere in Europe, I guess. We can't really go much further that way. Got a picnic area and a whole suite of bins. Take your choice. Maybe this is where you keep the food because there could be bears. I don't know, Germany or something. Is it cemetery? That language. Övernattning och camping förbud. I don't know what to make of that language, to be honest with you. Somewhere in Europe, not... it's probably Switzerland or Austria. Oh, of course, that was... the language probably wasn't. I thought it was kind of German, but no, of course. Now Ghana again. I'm just going to plonk it in Ghana this time. I'm not going to think about it. It's Kenya. If I'd seen a plate, 13748. Apologies for rushing through that one, but that was a lot of fun today. Thanks for hanging out. If you're on Twitch, I will raid... ooh, Australian. Shods 1. GeoGuessr for last hour of stream. It's only been up for an hour, for 3 minutes. Still, got to support Australia. Anyway, keep in touch. I'll be back again tomorrow, hopefully. And thanks.